was told was a hog auction.
Well, then go on. Go on back to your farm. I hope your rooster's broken and you're asleep. Using a bird as an alarm clock like the damn Flintstone.
Yabba dabba, dumbass.
Did you mean all that?
Every word.
Boom, 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 boom. Stop. Digga 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 wow. Digga wow, digga wow, digga wow wow wow. Digga wow, digga wow, digga wow wow wow. All right, well, it is 2 o'clock. Howdy, Animal Science 1. I wanted to fill you in. First off, welcome. We have a crazy world we're in right now, so I'm glad you were able to join me today for a short lesson. I'm going to try to keep this one short, 15 minutes or less, and the closer on the short side, be good, because I feel like we can get through this topic pretty well in that period of time. So over the next few weeks, we're going to be doing some supplementary review of topics we've already covered in this class, and we'll just fill her right in so you guys are good to go. If you guys think of any questions while you're watching, please post it in the live chat, and I'll answer those to the best of my ability. Acknowledge those right away, and if you guys think of anything later, or if you weren't able to make it live today and you're watching this back at a later time, make comments on the videos, send me emails. I'll make sure I answer all of your questions as we go through this. So, first and foremost, let's hit the questions. The 3 questions I asked for your guys' seminar were, why do you feel the digestive systems are so different? Number 2, do you feel the different systems make feeding animals more difficult in the livestock industry? And number 3, what digestive system is your personal favorite and why? So let's start off with why do we feel they're so different? And I think the main reason is different animals found different niches in the world. So things like sheep and goats, which are ruminants, found that they had to go ahead and get food and let their body have a lot of roughage time to break down this food, as opposed to things like pigs and or horses, which are monogastrics like us. They were able to eat a higher quality food. So the biggest difference is these 2 animals had different types of food, different types of living adaptations. So I feel like they're so different because they had to be different to fit the niches that they had in their ecosystems and food webs. So, for instance, if a goat knows it's going to be on the side of a hill and the only thing it eats is scruffy weeds and things like that, it's going to need a digestive system like a ruminant system that does a better job digesting roughage and digesting complex foods, higher industry stuff that's going to have to break it down more. As opposed to a horse, it's out on the open plains, travels a bunch, can find higher quality hays and grasses to eat. So its body system can break down those things on a different level. All right, so that sort of answers number 1. Why are they so different? Well, the main reason is they eat different things. Number 2, do you feel different systems make animals in the industry more difficult? Well, I think here, guys, we really need to break down into why are different things there. So I think the biggest thing we got there, guys, is we're going to feed different feeds to a horse as opposed to a livestock animal we're going to eat, like a cow or a goat or something like that. And why? Well, their digestive systems are not only different, but they're going to gain protein and body mass differently because their bodies are going to break down those feeds and nutritions very differently. For instance, we're not eating horses, not in America. You go to France and some other parts of the world, we do eat horses. When we give food to a horse, we're looking to increase their energy and not necessarily their muscle mass. For instance, Miss Rakowski's horses, during the winter, she always tells me she has to increase the amount of grain she gives them. Why? Their muscles and things burn down the food they feed them faster, and so they have to increase their carbohydrate intake in order to not lose body mass. In the livestock industry, we're going to change the way we feed animals because we want to encourage the build of body mass, not the retention, but the actual building, because everybody loves those yummy, yummy steaks and hamburgers. So as a result, we're going to be pushing carbs on them and high carb things with like corn bases and things. We're going to be pushing things on protein substitutes, things like that, like fish meal and blood meal, in order to build into the thing. I think it's weird when you think about that, but a lot of animal science industries, the complexity of building their food is almost like building a recipe. They have to add different things in different percentages. Mule City Feed here in Johnston County does such a good job of making specific foods based on farmers' wants and needs that they literally keep everything on file, and they have giant mixing stations where you could go and buy 50 and 100-pound bags of food to have the particular blend you want. So that's why it's so different, because we have different species, and those different species are going to need different things. Also, if I'm just casual Joe Schmo farmer and I'm trying to feed my cows, but I'm not trying to produce like industry level production, I'm just trying to make sure I feed them and keep my costs down. If I am a big producer in like Oklahoma trying to be like the head of Hardee's Angus beef movement, I want mass, quick, fast, and hurry, and I'm going to change my compositions in order to get that. And the last question, guys, and like I said, we're going to maybe keep this under 10 minutes unless some people have some questions for me, which I am all for keeping things short, sweet, and to the point. The last one is, what digestive system is your personal favorite and why? First off, there's no wrong answer here, guys. There's three major ones we talk about in the class: monogastrics, ruminants, and poultry. For me personally, I like monogastrics. Why? It's what I am. I learned a lot about the digestive systems of monogastrics, not only from teaching animal science, which I don't do as frequently, but I recently had, in 2017, I had gastric bypass, in which they removed a large section of my stomach, bypassed a portion of my intestines. As a result, I've lost 225 pounds. So I had to learn how the digestive system worked. And in doing so, I learned that really the complexities of the monogastric systems are based on a way that our body really burns things, but a large percentage of our digestion and retention and absorption of nutrients takes place in the intestines. By bypassing a large section of my intestines now, my body doesn't have time to get in some of those extra fats and carbs that I would normally absorb. And as a result, I lost a lot of weight. It basically reworked my body. So monogastrics is always going to be my favorite just because I learned a lot about it, not only from my system, but from livestock systems as well. But guys, the cool thing about that is there's no wrong answer. Now, a few things about class before I let you go. One, there will be some grades go in on the computer for the next few days. There are going to be things that happen before that March 13th cutoff, and I'm going to be adapting those. Nothing will go in there that should hurt you, only help you. So if you've turned in some stuff and a couple of you have directed me or turned in projects, I'll make sure those go in. Two, we're still waiting to hear clarification on grading policy from the county. So please be patient and learn. If anybody has any questions during any of these or any concerns, accusations, please direct them directly to the YouTube video or email me. If you don't want it to be public, what your question is or your concern, just email me. I'll answer you directly. There will always be 3 assignments posted a week, just like this week, going forward, except for the week of spring break. Yes, we're still having spring break. Seems kind of crazy, but we are. That's sort of the quick 10-minute discussion on digestion. If you guys have any other questions about the digestion unit, please let me know. You have 2 other assignments to do this week. Now, they are not due necessarily on Friday. That's a suggested due date. If you get them to me on Monday or Tuesday, I'm not going to stress, but you are going to get some more assignments next week. So please make sure you're paying attention and can move forward. That's pretty much the long and short of it, guys. Thank you so much for your patience, and we're looking forward to really adapting the way we do teaching. Thank you so much for your patience, and guys, if you need anything out there, just let people know. We're all going through this together, and no matter how crazy it is, I promise you there will be people out there that can help you out. So guys, this is Mr. Manzer signing off. Thank you for everything, and I really appreciate all that you guys do to make the Comet Nation great. Clayton High School has been a really weird thing this year, but it's not like it isn't like that everywhere in the country. And how we handle it and move forward is the big testimony to how we are. If you guys have any questions, please reach out. You guys have my email. I appreciate you guys. Mr. Manzer out.